Hi, I'm Malo Peach. Nice to meet you. I'm an artist and I just made something that I'm very excited about. This is an Oracle deck, a mini one that you, my lovely viewer, can print at home.
So what is an Oracle deck? If you've ever used a tarot deck before, or at least know what one is, you can think of an Oracle deck as tarot's chill cousin that grew up in a house with less rules and no bedtime. A tarot deck is a standard set. Decks may have different art styles, but it's always the same cards. Oracle decks, on the other hand, are all different. Everything from the art style and theme to the number of cards is specific to every deck. Both are just tools to guide your intuition. Neither is better or worse than the other. It's just a matter of preference at the end of the day.
To be honest, I also went with an Oracle deck over a tarot deck because a tarot deck is 78 cards and I'd probably still be illustrating. I also love the freedom that comes with designing an Oracle deck. There's no rules for how big the deck should be or what meaning the cards should have, and I was really excited to explore that. For my theme, I went with animals, and I am so happy with how it turned out. I had such a good time illustrating these and designing the deck, and I also had a lot of fun with coming up with the meanings too. I based them all on archetypes that we have for these animals through stories and media, and I tried to keep it very simple and straightforward. I wanted it to be very beginner friendly for anyone who might be new to reading with Oracle decks. This set is available for purchase through my Gumroad account for only $3, and that comes with the cards, a guidebook, and a little envelope to keep it all in. And you can reprint as many times as you'd like, so maybe make a copy to give to a friend. And if you'd like to see how it all comes together, follow along and I'd love to show you.
Let's start with printing. The guidebook and envelope print on one sheet of standard printer paper, and all 16 cards should be printed on one sheet of cardstock. They come as a PDF that contains the front and back to print double-sided if your printer allows for that, but you'll also get separate PNGs of the front and back, so if your printer can't do double-sided, I've got you covered. I definitely recommend using a sturdy cardstock so you can shuffle the deck well. My printer's actually pretty fussy about printing double-sided on cardstock, so I just flip the sheet manually. Just be mindful of how the paper moves in your printer. In my case, sheets get printed on the side facing down on the tray. And after a very mild amount of fighting with my printer, we are usually at all-out war most days to be honest, voila, I have a printed set of cards. Now we just have to cut them out. Of course, scissors work just fine, but I'm lucky enough to have a paper cutter, so this part is just a little quicker for me. The cards print with faint guidelines for cutting, so no matter what you use, this part will be pretty straightforward. Now let's tackle the guidebook. Like I said, it prints on the same sheet as the envelope and also has some edges to trim off, so just follow the guidelines for that as well. Next up, folding. This guidebook folds up like an 8-page mini-zine, just at a smaller scale. Start by folding the page hamburger style. Make sure all your corners are lined up nice and try to get your creases really sharp. Next, unfold the sheet and refold it hot dog style. Unfold it again, and note that middle crease. We're now going to fold both of the long ends towards that middle. One side, and then the other. Now unfold it all, and we're doing hamburger style one more time. Now we're going to cut just the middle portion of this crease. Don't cut the sheet fully in half or you'll just have two silly strips of paper. When you unfold it, there should just be a slit in the middle, but the whole page should still hold together. Fold it hot dog style again. Wow, I'm getting tired of saying that. And the next part is kind of hard to explain. Essentially, press the two outer pages inwards, which causes the inner pages to pop outwards. It forms a little plus sign. When you flatten it out, it should look like an open book. Now just fold it closed, crease the spine, and you should have a little booklet. If you're having a bit of trouble getting the folds right, I totally understand. I just recommend replaying this part at a slower speed. It can be a little tricky. On to the last part, the envelope. My paper cutter can't save me here, so it's just good old-fashioned scissors. Follow the outline and just cut the envelope out as a single piece. For this next part, you'll need a light adhesive. A glue stick or tape will do just fine. I like to fold the envelope with the deck inside it already to make sure I'm not accidentally folding it too snug. Add a little glue to the flap on one side and then fold it over the other. The sides don't matter as they're both the same size, so whatever works for you. Now glue and fold up the little flap on the bottom, and that's it. This deck was so much fun to make. From first sketches to finally getting to cut it out and shuffle it in hand, it has been a really satisfying journey. I sent copies of these out in December as a reward for my Patreon supporters, and now I am so excited to get to share it with you guys. I think these could make really cute little gifts, or could be a really fun way to introduce yourself into reading with Oracle decks. Maybe it would even inspire you to design your own. If it does, I would absolutely love to see that. However you choose to use this deck, I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating it.
I am so happy with how this set came out, and I really hope that you guys love it too. I've already done a few readings with it for myself that I felt were really insightful, and if you end up purchasing the deck and trying it out, I would love to know about your experience. I would love to know how it felt to read with this for you. And I do a ton of other papercraft projects like this, so if you'd like to see more of this in the future, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.